Cheers, everybody. Welcome to episode 27 of This Will Hurt You More Than Us. I'm Chris, that's Brad. And y'all are some amazing human beings who are still with us after 27 episodes in close to 3 years and absolutely nothing of importance said ever once.
Nope. I mean, I got a few things today. Well, one thing that people are gonna, I think they're gonna, wow, I never actually thought of that.
You want to elaborate? I'm confused. What you never thought about?
For the fact that, all right, so dolphins are mammals, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so we all know that dolphins are mammals. We know that. We've been told that.
We've been told that.
And the main thing that they always told us is that they're mammals because they give live birth, right? And also breathe air. But there's another thing that mammals do that I don't think any of us ever really thought about.
What's that?
Produce milk.
I mean, there's a lot of animals that produce milk.
No. You ever seen nipples on a dolphin?
No.
Right.
I mean, I haven't really looked at the underside of a dolphin.
Oh, we've all seen Flipper, okay? We've seen dolphins doing that trick.
I have not seen Flipper.
No one's ever noticed nipples on a dolphin. You easily.
I have nipples,
easily,
fucker. Could you milk me?
You much more easily notice the nipples on George Clooney's batsuit than you would a dolphin, right?
Well, they were.
Turns out they do produce milk and they do have nipples, but they're inverted nipples hidden by, quote, mammary slits.
So like my mother-in-law.
And they.
Why do I know that?
They breastfeed for like up to 3 years. How have I never seen a photo of a dolphin with a baby dolphin just latched on like a bunch of puppies?
I'm trying to think of how that works.
How do they get it?
It's like a sea otter. She's floating on her back.
Nicole said it's because that's why their noses are so long, so they could stick it in the slits and get at that inverted nipple.
Interruption. Rachel Paul and John Scanlon, Ogre, John Greasy, are officially united. They just got married.
Oh, they got married?
They got married.
Really?
Dude, he fucking married Rich. He chased after that girl for 15 years.
Right.
She became a Z-list level celebrity rapper. And then after her celebrity wore off, he wore her down. No, he lives in Hawaii. I guess they swam there. No, he works hard. He has a job where he works every day and he busts his ass now. So,
good for
shout
him.
out to him. He got to be a part of Psychopathic Records, which was a dream of his. And now, out of all of us, he's the most successful. Shall we just go out back and shoot ourselves right now?
I don't think he's more successful than I am.
No. You have an amazing family, and like I posted on your Facebook, you are
I have master level training in a trade and journeyman level training in 4 other trades. So I don't think I'm that unsuccessful.
What about, can I say I have 25 years of experience and I would say, mastery of several different skills.
Yeah, I mean, you can jerk off like the best of them.
Why did you have to hit me with my dad's jokes?
Well,
know how that was specifically a fucking dagger. That was the meanest thing he could say.
Dagger.
I just, I want to point this out. You go ahead and fucking edit in HTML, Java. Oh, fuck it. I don't know why this is exactly what you wanted me to do. Fuck you. Oh, man. Okay, so, want to say shout out to Google for final... Yeah, 2 can play that game.
Oh, man.
So shout out to Google for finally catching up. Google has released an update. They've got automation scripts now. And I've been fucking around with, he's trying to Mr. Miyagi the fucking fruit flies because my son's a filthy mongrel.
I had to put a towel on the chair.
Yeah. Show the towel. That's what happens when you have a 15-year-old son.
Yeah.
They are fucking filthy creatures. Nothing like dolphins. Oh my god, and as I say that, I spill whiskey on myself. Anyways, so once I get paid, I am going to buy the Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remakes.
Oh, I have it.
What do you mean? Well, you have it, doesn't help me.
Oh no, it just like going back to the more successful thing. Like I could afford it first.
God damn. Bro, okay, listen.
No, all jokes aside, I'm real broke right now, so
yeah. I bought us the whiskey and he bought the 2-liter.
Yep.
And that's okay, cuz
which I paid for with change.
We had to meet in the middle. Chinese finger cuffs, but it's our cocks.
It's called docking.
Yeah, docking, that's right.
Both of us are circumcised, so it doesn't work right.
It's just like fucking head-on collision.
We just have to maintain a semi. We can't get fully erect. That way the skin still stretches over it.
Yeah, so we go back and forth. It's like a game of attrition.
It's like the worst game of Pong ever.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
That was great. I thought my attrition line was good. Well, fuck me. Anyways, so I'm gonna start I'm gonna go in blind and I'm just gonna load up the second game because I'm more familiar with that one. I mean, I played them both, but I'm gonna load it up and I'm gonna see how long it takes me to get anywhere decent.
It shouldn't take long because
I think I'm gonna fucking be garbage.
It's exactly the same game, just with updated graphics. That's it. It's exactly the same.
So I'm not. Anytime I talk nice about myself, Brad says I'm sucking my own dick, and I don't want to be a Tesla level here of goddamn perpetual motion. But I was really good at Tony Hawk. And
no, we've talked about that before,
and
I've given you credit for that. So don't act like I'm always shitting on you. I'm just in one of those moods.
So I figured I'm gonna stream from the first moment I pick up the controller and see how long it takes me to be either trash because I'm basically just a fucking corpse now.
Right.
So I figured any skill that I had.
Crypt Keeper.
I do have his teeth, to be honest.
I watched Demon Knight last night, and I was like,
I fucking love I love that one and Bordello of Blood. They're classics.
Well, Demon Knight has such A-list fucking, like, such great actors.
Jada Pinkett. Oh god, that's really
William Sadler, Billy Zane, and Jada Pinkett.
Yeah,
and one scene where she's like covered in the blood, like
2-liter. You hiding it from me?
I had a that's one of those weird like scared boners.
Jada Pinkett's great, but she's only great for entanglements.
Well, William Sadler was great in that movie.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
He's the lead
the
dude.
Old guy?
No, he's the lead dude who's driving around in the car and he's like explains to them about the demon shit.
Yeah, he's really good.
Fucking, he was the guy in he was also in Shawshank Redemption.
Yep.
Love William Sadler.
Love Wings. He really does love Wings.
Love Wings.
He is the only late 30s man that I know.
Mid 30s.
Or semantics. He's the only man in his 30s that I know that even knows what the fuck wings are, besides, a Tampax, edition,
What?
for heavy flow. Besides airplanes and shit.
Bob. Oh, wings.
Yeah.
Okay. Took me a second.
Yeah, he really does love the TV show Wings, which is weird because I don't know anybody who even likes that show. It's like loving.
Well, I
Night
wouldn't
Court.
necessarily say I loved Wings. I did enjoy. I did like Wings. I didn't hate it. I liked it more than
He
I liked
liked Quantum
Friends.
Leap better, which is a good show.
Quantum Leap is fantastic.
It is, and didn't they remake it and it only lasted 3 episodes?
No, they were getting ready to remake it, and I think it got canceled because
you can't. Yeah, you can't be.
Scott
Ziggy.
Bakula was too busy doing shit, and Al's
Too busy
dead,
doing
I'm sure.
what? Dean Stockman is not dead.
Dean Stockman is not dead.
No, he is not.
Scott Bakula still does Star Trek stuff.
Yeah, I know that series has been going on for a while, but nobody watches that Star Trek.
John does.
Of course he does.
He watches all Star Treks.
I never knew him to be a Trekkie, but it does trek. I'm sorry. I,
You
know,
shouldn't have showed me what the
I
buttons do.
I shouldn't have showed you. Like, I should have fucking. I'm gonna fucking punch you right in your throat. If I wasn't so afraid of my little brother beating me up on a fucking podcast that I have to edit, I don't have a. Don't. You pressed the wrong button.
How's that awkward?
I have no idea. We're having technical difficulties. Anyway, so last night Sean went to bed around like 7 p.m. and he slept until like 9 p.m. And somehow in that little length of time, he gave himself strep throat and 12 fish died.
He took a 2-hour nap? You said he went to sleep at 7 p.m. and woke up at 9 p.m.
9 a.m.
Okay.
And in that time, in 12 hours, I lost 12 fish. The top tank, I guess, something happened. The pH balance, dude, something fucking happened.
Sounds like your son is the Antichrist.
Birds just started falling out of the sky.
And he pushed off his sickness onto the fish.
Well, this sickness is sitting on the seat that you're, like.
That's why I put a towel down.
I put the towel down. The towel protects me. The towel protects
Everyone
me.
knows a towel blocks sperm. It's just science.
The dumbest thing a female...
Depends on the thread count, though.
Gotta be Egyptian cotton. The dumbest thing a female ever said to me, she told me she liked to be come on when she was finishing. And she said, don't worry. Once it hits the air, it's dead. And I was like, what 15-year-old boy lied to your face?
Yep.
I was like, what in the fuck are you talking about?
That's it.
Do you know what a queef is?
A dude talked her into that.
Yep. 100%.
Just so he could,
come on her.
Probably cream pie her.
Yeah. Well,
Don't worry, it can't get in there if you just do it on top of it. No, it can, and they're real fast.
Oh, my God. Anyways, so the top tank, all 10 fish died. I tried to save 2 that looked like they were still surviving. I put them in a little secluded tank. They died, and now I have 1 fucking fish left. That's why the top tank's empty and the bottom tank's empty. Somehow it transferred from...
Somehow it transferred from... That's the first time it didn't lick the tip.
No, it's not. Sometimes I'm just not, happy with some of your fucking comments that are too close to my father's. I can't believe you said that.
Product placement.
Jerking off. No. Product
placement.
Message.
Message.
I think we should all find more reasons to party than mourn, but my neighbors, they really they should mourn more often, to be honest. And that's coming from the guy who's got like fucking 12 names up there from people that died. Felipe Lopez, Cody, Matthew, Sonny Guns, Roxana, like 13 people. Anyways, this guy clearly got kicked out of his own party, and he was hammered. He was being fucking diligent and making sure he finished his 30-pack before he went driving. And I was sitting on the phone, obviously talking to my child in the car and trying to, fuck with my fucking smart shit in there. And he was like, hey, Rubik's Cube! And he fucking said, Rubik's Cube, that's fucking awesome. I bet you can't finish as fast as me. I'm the world champ. And I was like, at your age, that's normal. And then I closed my door. And
nice.
He thought he, demolished me. Like, he was laughing, and then all his friends were like, dude. You
didn't catch it.
You didn't catch it. He called you a premature ejaculator. I fucking, and it was quick, and I didn't even realize I said it before the door was closed. I was like, ah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're used to those kind of jokes because you've been doing them for years. Like if I wanted to come back, to
come back from you, I'd wipe it off your lip. Yeah.
Hey, hand me the sign.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, it's tucked over in a corner.
It is tucked over in a corner. You cannot see that at all.
Yes, you can.
Put it up to the camera so people can see it first, and then put it in the back.
No, you can have it's our little sign.
This will hurt you more than us. Presented by Chris Count and Brad
tucked
Bunyan.
over in the corner. You figured you'd put it somewhere people can see it.
But he was like, you could hear him mouthing off, and he made me realize something. He very clearly, there's only 2 different situations where a man will actually slut shame. Other than that, is 100% all women who do it. It is guys who get really red in their face when they're drunk and look like a fucking pumpkin, or not pumpkin, a fucking cherry, who call you a whore for not sleeping with you, ironically, because they're idiots. And then it's guys like me who have to work up the courage to be a little more dominating when I'm strangling you and calling you a whore because you have a kink. Jesus Christ. I'm going to edit that out. Working up. Don't, fuck you. Don't touch the buttons. Changing them.
You said use that button when we fuck up.
I didn't say use that. I'd never said that. I said I was getting ready.
It's still in the recording, like in our test footage, still in there.
I know, but I have the power of editing now. Not really. Anyways,
if anything, I have the power. I'm He-Man and you're Skeletor. If we're going that way,
ladies and gentlemen, this is the last episode. Only because he just burned my ass to a crisp with the Skeletor comment. That was fucking gold. Okay?
It was good. It was better than the Crypt Keeper one. But that was a good... That could have been construed as Crypt Keeper or Skeletor laugh.
I mean...
Pretty good.
Yeah, thank you. I guess. Well, if you're gonna be good at something...
Were you done with your anecdote?
I have to check now. Yeah, basically, it's guys don't slut shame. It's the women, because if the guy's slut shaming, it's because the girl asks for it. Because if you're over 30, you have experienced a strangle me or a degrading and
call
humiliation.
Me your dirty fucking whore.
Yeah, call me your yeah. There's a lot of women who have that kink now because women do all the slut shaming, and you got to work up the courage because you're afraid of offending them, hurting them, saying the wrong thing, or fucking up the situation that you have with this kinky chick.
Yeah.
Which you don't want to do because you find a kinky chick in your 30s.
So you bring it up like, are you a dirty whore? Are you my dirty whore?
And what do they inevitably say? Stop being a fucking pussy, which is so ironic. It's just such a fucked up situation.
Yeah,
but
no, my wife is dominant like that during her regular life, so...
yeah, I've never seen her, be... But I can totally imagine. She's scary. Like, she knows way too many of the gangster-ass parts of the lyrics of, like, gangsters. Like,
I often have to
shit.
tell her to calm down.
And you telling people to calm down is crazy because I've seen you. Well, I haven't seen you do it, but there is security camera footage of you taking out 2 people in a truck.
Somewhere, yeah.
And you wrestling a, like, fucking full silverback gorilla down 3 flights of steps.
Yeah, too bad business owners didn't know to use like their footage for YouTube back then.
Yeah, dude, I would have loved to like capture you wrestling Soko down the stairs. Okay, I have this innate ability to like, because Brad's in my life, even when he's not there, I do this stupid thing where I am suicidal when it comes to people talking shit to me. I just... Like, I'm dumb. Somebody says something that's, like, too far over the line, or they'll just consecutively sit there and, like, you know how it is when we're in groups, like...
Right.
Sometimes it'll just be like, oh, Hatchet's an easy, or Chris is an easy fucking target, and they'll start ganging up, and I'm like, fuck you, go fuck your moms, and, like, I'll stand up for myself. And it's cost me situations where he's had to wrestle people down the steps.
Right, but he also forgets that if I'm not there, then it's more of like a Hancock situation where like
I will be there.
I might show up if I feel like it. Like, gotta make sure, especially now in my mid-30s, not late 30s, you old bastard.
I'm late 30s. I'm gonna be 40 soon.
It takes a lot for me to get out of the house.
It does. However, I will tell I've never asked him to do anything, And it is because it's kind of embarrassing. It's my little brother who is also like 3 feet taller than me and looks like a goddamn primordial ooze crawling out.
Yeah, I'm a service dog. That's.
He's my.
Don't pet me when you see me in public. Don't stroke the beard.
Don't touch his scar.
I'm working. If you see the two of us out in public, I'm working. I'm working. He has to show my papers when we go into Taco Bell.
When we come back from our smoke break, I'm pulling them out.
He said, read the yellow strap. He's a service monkey.
He's a service monkey. He is officially, you know, that 911 call that, you know, goes around the internet where, oh my God, she's clawing off my friend's face.
Like, what was his name? Like Travis the Chimp or some shit?
I don't know, but it was like some 60-year-old woman whose best friend.
No, yeah, it was a big news story like 15 years ago or
and now it's used as a 911 training call.
Right.
Smoke break.
Hold on real quick.
I need you to smoke my pole.
Now I have one of the newer helpers at work. He's been there almost a year, but he's
still fresh meat bit.
He's just getting out of the point to where he's not like absolutely useless. To give you an idea, one time I handed this guy a filter, like a dirty filter, like I pulled it out of the cabinet and went to hand it to him to like, hey, put this somewhere. Mm-hmm. And he just carried it around.
Carried it around all day.
The rest of the time we were at that call, he just carried it around. And I
noticed
What the fuck
are you going to do with this, man?
I noticed it, that he was still carrying it, so I didn't say anything. I just... I just let him carry it. I wanted to see how long he would carry it until he just put it down. And it was, in fact, until I said, you don't have to hold that anymore.
To throw it away. Right. Like, it's a dirty filter.
Well, yesterday we were at a call, and I told him, like, all right, man, go outside and get the gauges ready, start getting set up, and I'll meet you out there. So he's out there for like 3 minutes by himself. I come outside, and he doesn't have anything set up yet when he already should.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he goes...
So it's still useless.
And he just turns and looks at me and says...
I don't know what I'm doing.
What do you know about frogs? And I was like, fucking what? Like, I know they exist. What? Are you
I'm aware of them.
Are you asking me where to buy them or sell them? Like, what do you mean, what do I know about frogs? And he was like...
He's high as fuck.
Well, like, what? No, he's not. He's a vegan. He's
just special.
He's very religious, but like
very special.
He fucking he was like, no, I was just wondering if you knew like what kind of poisonous frogs we have around here.
What?
I was like, what?
Fucking none?
Right? And I was like, this isn't the Amazon, dog. We don't
live in the Everglades,
like,
dude.
We don't have poisonous frogs around here, right? And hold on. The customer we had was kind of like a helicopter customer, so he was standing right there, and the customer says, no, we have copperheads around here, though. And I was
That's a fucking snake.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Because he was mentioning, like, venomous or poisonous things.
Go ahead.
And he was like, well, we have copperheads around here, though. And you kind of just ruined the fucking...
Oh, come on, I'm sorry. I'll edit it out. Go ahead.
But, like, he fucking... He was like, oh, okay, and we just go about our thing. He's like, I like move some leaves around before I kneel down, like, hey, don't want to step on any copperheads. And both of them are like, yeah. Well, as I'm working on this thing, my helper turns, he's like, oh, there it is. I was like, what? And he said, the frog that I saw. And I turn and look at it, and it's this little, like, orange kind of clay colored frog. He's real little, about the size of a quarter, right?
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. And he goes, is that a copperhead?
Oh my fucking God.
I was like, what?
Yeah, it is. Be careful.
Like, no, is that a copperhead?
No, it's a black widow.
Is that a copperhead? I said, are you asking that because that frog is the color of copper? And he said, well, yeah, that guy said that there's copperheads. I said, copperheads are fucking snakes.
Dude.
It's like, that's a frog. No.
This is what happens when you grow up in the church.
And the other funny thing, like, me and the customer are just laughing at this kid, and
How old is he?
he's 23.
Holy fuck, he's
he
doomed.
said, he was like, oh, so he won't hurt me if I pick him up, and the customer was like, well, you might get some warts, you know, and if he pees on you, and,
if you lick him.
and the kid went, oh. And took out this bottle of hand sanitizer. He had
No
on his lip,
fucking
his
way.
wrist, and sanitize his hands. It was so goddamn funny.
Oh, what adorable. That's adorable. Do it with me. That's adorable. We tortured our friends with
We
that.
were so toxic. We wouldn't allow any man
Like, if
to
you were
enjoy
romantic and in
some
any way.
romantic time with his female. Like,
Both of us in, like, very long-term relationships at that point.
well, the only problem is we would do it to each other, but only because one did it to the other.
Yeah.
Like, if no one ever started
one of us
it,
started it.
we would have just allowed that shit to happen. But no, we had to be fucking dicks about it.
Like,
Cause
I told my ex-wife, I love you. You were like, that's a Jew. Immediately calling into question my manhood.
Yep.
Which he should, because, I mean, he's very familiar with it. Blah, 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 blah. Test. Please. Yeah, pretty much. We may have recorded, like, 7 minutes of no audio.
yeah. Yeah.
There was some performance anxiety on Brad's part. It's okay.
There was a hat joke.
Like, see flat
see,
bills.
See how stupid he looks?
See
hat
that?
joke. Insert hat joke.
Yeah, you that's just our channel. It's okay. And then, yeah, it's just really heartbreaking. Like, it just totally ruins the mood. Like, I lost my erection.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, this will be the last recording for July. I'm going to Mexico. Doing my first ever and probably last all inclusive vacation. These motherfuckers are gonna bring me pizza and ice cream sundaes at 2 a.m. if I want, and I'm definitely gonna want it because there's gonna be top shelf liquor in the mini fridges. That's free.
So tell me what is it? What is the like? What are you guys doing? This is for your honeymoon, right? Or is it just, vacation?
It's basically the honeymoon because the in-laws said they would pay for our honeymoon, but my father-in-law is retiring, so that's going to be their last like big excursion. So they're taking all of us.
Awesome. Is it?
We
like
just
a
have to
cruise?
pay for the tickets. No, I ain't doing no goddamn cruise. That's dysentery all day. No,
I've been on like 4 cruises.
Yeah, you're lucky. You're lucky you didn't get dysentery or bed bugs.
I'm not lucky. My
main
honeymoon suite flooded.
No, exactly.
It ruined my Motorola Racer.
No, I'm going to a resort in Cancun called the Moon Palace Grand, and this shit has like 2 full water parks on it. It has like 11 5-star restaurants. Has fucking all sorts of shit. The first thing we're gonna do when we get there is we're going to check in, put our bags in the rooms, and then we're gonna go to the spa where we get a free massage and like mani-pedis and shit. Somebody's gonna touch my gross feet, and I'm not gonna have to pay him a dime.
Oh God, his big toe really does horrify me.
They have those little tanks where you put your feet in, and the fish eat all the dead skin off your foot. So it's gonna be new content for my wife's cute toes and cankles on Instagram, soon to be on Feet Finder.
You gotta link up with Feet Wiki too, or Wiki Feet.
Wiki Feet. Yep.
Yeah.
Wiki Feet.
Austin Evans is huge there.
I have no idea who that is.
Hey guys, this is Austin.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because hey guys, this is Austin's toes. Kevin Bolito, apparently he started his own show called Danky, which I believe is like some kind of anime reference.
Right.
Because it is Kevin Bolito. He's the only anime like weebelo that I know like smashes pussy. I mean, it may be his own pussy. I don't know. I haven't seen any females with him, but I do. He is like he's got.
Is the requirement to be a weeb to have a waifu pillow? Because I really enjoy a lot of anime to where like I'm almost considered a weeb. But do I have to have
How many seasons and different variations of Dragon Ball Z have you watched?
how many seasons? All of the seasons.
How many seasons
many-
is that?
Well,
For the original series.
for Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball. See, now you're because there's Dragon Ball, then Dragon Ball Z, then Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT. That's not canon. If you want to get into that.
Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. I got to go get him a pillow.
Mm.
Yeah, you are officially. Have you watched?
I have asked my wife maybe more than once to dress up like Bulma,
Don't know who that is.
Vegeta's wife in Dragon Ball.
Okay.
Dragon Ball Z.
Are
Dragon
you
Ball Super.
attracted to Sailor Moon in any way?
No, because
She's like 12.
yeah, and the animation.
Implications.
The no, the implication.
The implication is something. Okay, Dennis.
No, because she's a tiny little girl, and the animation's not quite there. You know.
That's the factor. Okay. What about tentacles?
Any guy who's
How do you feel about tentacles?
well, I feel like most of the time they should be destroying ships or solving puzzles.
Okay, that's some
Um,
points in your favor.
If
Not
they're
taking
going anywhere near private parts or mouths, I'm not okay with it, unless you're eating squids.
Dude, I still do this. I had one nightmare about like this girl eating octopus, and it like the tentacle latched onto her face, and her face started taking shape of the tentacle suctions.
Mhm.
And like to this day, I fucking it's nightmare fuel.
Bro, one of my customers recently was a older Japanese man, and he was cooking something that smelled absolutely amazing when we walked in. And as we were leaving, he offered us a sample, like on toothpicks, as if he was in the food court,
Like
in the
he was a
fucking mall.
fucking Sam's Club.
And my helper was like, "Oh, what's that?" And the guy was like, "It's squid."
Octopus. Oh god.
And it still had, it was just like pieces of the tentacle, and still had like the suckers on it. And that shit smelled absolutely amazing. And
Did
my
you try
helper turned it. Hell yeah, I took both toothpicks because my helper turned it down. You don't get offered food by an elderly Japanese man and not take it. That shit was fucking amazing.
I will tell you this.
That shit almost
I
melted
took
in
that,
my mouth. It was fucking
You know what would
delicious.
happen to me.
You wouldn't know how to cook it right.
No, I'm saying if I took the free sample, I wouldn't know how to cook it right because I'd be anaphylactic shock.
Yeah, squid aren't the same.
That's what?
Squid and octopi are aliens. They're not.
Okay, that's not. I am so fuck. I was saying I'm allergic to seafood, not they were.
Yeah, just because, but the especially
Stalactites
squid.
are alien too. That's just spiders.
Or no, octopus. Octopus are more intelligent, or just as intelligent as humans.
They got like 8 penises too.
They also have they have like 3 hearts, and one of their tentacles is a penis, and they can
They could
detach
throw
it.
it at
Yeah,
people.
they could like throw it like a Spartan.
Cock
Like,
slap it, bitch.
The Spartans of the sea.
This is Sparta. Cock slap. Oh
right.
my god.
Right, but not just slap it; it'll stick into you and just like keep inseminating you. But
Excuse
they
me.
also
Let Brad
have
continue talking. I have to get my whiskey for this conversation.
they also have way more like strands of DNA than we do, and the going theory is that their eggs crash landed on this planet on a meteorite or comet, and now we have them.
That's
So-
how we have a certain. I think it's like similar to Daddy Longlegs, but telectites or tactites. It is a certain species of spider that landed here from a meteorite.
What's like the fucking water bears? Water bears are insane.
Water bears?
Yeah, water bears. They're the
Is
little.
that something you get at Whataburger?
God, I hope not, because these things are like indestructible. They can survive the vacuum of space. They're like
My ex-girlfriend did that.
troglodytes, something like that.
Troglodytes.
No.
Well,
They're water
there
bears.
is a troglodyte. Is a
But
word.
they look like tiny little bears that have like pig noses, but they're like microscopic, but they can survive literally fucking anything.
Man, bear, pig. I know, I'm sexy. That's an inside joke
Flop,
reference.
flop, flop,
Flop,
flop,
flop, flop,
flop,
flop, flop,
flop.
flop.
Sound like a wet pancake hitting another wet pancake drenched in bacon grease. I was there. I heard it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you could be proud of your body no matter what kind of body you have. But if you know something that you have isn't at all in any way, shape, or form.
All right, basically, all right, if you just had a baby, you're gorgeous. You're beautiful. You just had a baby. You just carried human
I love
life.
stretch marks.
But at the
In
same time, don't have the confidence to take your fupa, your belly flap, like the full when it's like a wet pancake, and then being like, I know I'm sexy, while flapping it up and down against your upper body.
Imagine this was a free-flowing
Flap a skin. It's literally the scene from Click when he did that shit. That's what I saw
pink bat
in
night.
person from a woman who simultaneously said, shit, I know I'm sexy, and you heard this flap. See how we both did the same kind of noise?
Yeah, it
goes
haunts
like
our
whatever.
nightmares. And I wasn't even there. I'm just familiar with the fact this is the same home where Brad would have to take a toilet brush and scrub out the caked on layers of turd
Yeah,
so that he could release his turd.
Apparently, one of them has actually actively started listening to our podcast. So
Fuck!
They-
So we're totally talking about imaginary characters.
They-
This is not people we know at all.
they might hear some shit.
You know
We
what?
never said names though, so
I don't give a fuck.
that's good.
Because you know what? I've heard... Dude, do you remember the times that I had to tell you that someone told me they called you because they were concerned about me?
Yes.
Why would you do
Waka
that?
waka.
That is how I feel. Like, if you're gonna sit here and try to, like, talk to one of us about the other, are you fucking dense? Like, you know, Brad and I, we don't even need to verify a conversation. Like,
Yeah.
if someone says something, I'm like, yeah, sure he did.
Well, I also don't allow people to actively talk shit about my other friends. Like I am known for having different friends that don't like each other. Because I
Grown white man with no ass bending over. Look at that. It is literally.
it's nothing.
Oh,
I
shit.
I like everybody. Doesn't matter. They don't have to like each other. But if I invite them to like say my wedding, they
There
better
you
get
go.
along. Yep. Yes.
Yep. It's like a fucking
But
void of ass. Yeah, like literally,
Don't let
at
nobody
your
touch
wedding,
you.
I was 100% cool with everybody. I chilled, and I don't have a problem with anybody at your wedding. Like, I love
we're matching.
or matching.
We're matching colored shirts, black and red.
Yeah, well, black and red's my favorite color. But like, I loved. Fuck, man, I really. Why didn't you record your reception?
Oh,
I wish-
because I was only
Like, men don't think about that
no, I was only coherent
for the first 40
for
minutes.
no, less than that. I probably had 13 shots of whiskey with different people before
Well, I
we got
know.
the second piece of food. Like,
I know that.
I'm lucky I didn't make an absolute fool out of myself.
Me and John were sitting there going, listen, and like, oh God, your mother-in-law was like, Chris, can you drive him and her, or can you follow them to the hotel so that you can take him out of the fucking car and take him up to the room? I was like, listen, Brad is a fucking professional.
No, by the time we got there, like I walked my happy ass into the hotel. I
Yeah.
was happy. I was the nicest fucking person on the planet.
John and I were trying to explain, listen, we have seen Brad blackout, even blackout drunk. This man has. John Cena carried me down 3 flights of steps and put me in the back of his truck. We've talked about that before. But, like, yeah, there wasn't any necessary need to be like, oh,
No.
you need to take care of him. No, the fuck I don't.
My brain has such a good autopilot
he is literally the most highly functioning alcoholic.
As long as you don't make me upset
alcoholic.
before I get to that point.
Yeah.
If you piss me off or I get
make him
angry or
emotional.
sad right before I get to the blackout point, then it's a bad time. It is a bad time. But if I'm having a great time, I'll be the nicest human being on the planet.
He is such a sweetheart. Do you know how many times he will tell you how much he loves you?
All consistently until
Like,
you're mad at me for it.
Like, he will remind you of how important you are to, like, like, Brad, it's been, like, literally you got married after our 20th year anniversary. I don't need you to tell me.
Yep. Consistent.
But, like, I got to admit, like, I was nervous. Dude, all the way, I was glad about COVID. Because it fucking made me have more time.
Gave you a year and a half to prepare mentally.
For that speech, yeah.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, I was like, man, I gotta be able to, like, because I remember your speech still from my wedding. Like, and one of the things that sticks to me to this day is, like, I hope I can find a relationship as wonderful as yours, which, kudos to you. You smashed that fucking goal out of the park.
I found two. And that was just as good as yours, and now I have one that lasted longer. Well, not longer.
Not longer, not yet, but soon.
At least marriage-wise, lasted longer.
How long have you been married now?
I don't know. 2 years?
I was married 7 years.
No. Well, mine's better.
But I was with her for 20 years, and I never heard a sorry, I'm sorry, or an admittance of guilt. But anyways, like...
No, my wife will kill me before she allows me to leave.
Yeah. I wrote down that speech. I don't know. Do you remember any of what I said?
For the most part, yeah, I remember the gist of it.
Yeah, like everything I wrote, I was like, fuck that. Because the moment I saw you, you had been cool, calm, collected, not even an ounce of anxiety until she came out.
Right. I think we had this exact conversation in the last episode.
Dude, I don't fucking remember 5 minutes ago.
No, I'm pretty sure we had that exact conversation.
But like, because I do remember mentioning how fucking, what's her name? The maid of honor, Dawn. She looked at me. She was pregnant at the time. She looked at me like, "You said you were gonna set me up so I could close it," and I was like, "I didn't. I just broke the heart."
It's not your fault. She's bad at it.
I mean, to be honest, it wasn't a selfie. I don't know how many events, like, Sean asked me why we weren't over your house July 4th, and I was like, apparently he went over rich people's houses. But,
well, it was the first time in, like, 5 years that I didn't do something, and it's because we're saving up for Mexico, and I couldn't spend, $500 on fucking fireworks. So... we just didn't do anything, and nobody hit us up about doing anything. So we went over. We got invited to my youngest friend's house, and our friend, or our kids our kid only seems to make friends with rich people, like the rich kids. Like, it's fucking crazy.
I know one friend that ain't rich. My kid.
Well, no, that's forced friendship because they're cousins. So.
Oh, come on. Nate loves Sean.
No, yeah, they do. But they also are the same exact way as us.
Yeah, they are.
Nate comes to me and he's like, I can't talk to Sean for at least 2 months. Like, I need a break.
We have gone like 2 full years without speaking.
Yeah. Like, and
that's when I ruined Star Wars.
Needed.
It is.
Like.
Anyways, like,
we gotta cut this soon. I still gotta go get food for the kids.
I still gotta talk about Florida, but go ahead and tell me about the Nextel guy. I need to hear about this.
What Nextel guy?
The guy who's like, my dad started Nextel.
Oh yeah, rich guy. His granddad was like the owner of Nextel or whatever, and he kept telling me like I look like I cared the first time he said it, and. Like, you could tell the whole night that this dude was just, like, telling fucking stories and that he's, like, he was such a piece of shit. But I could also tell that he was full-on a homosexual. Like,
like, if you like to see homos naked, that's cool.
No, yeah, you could just tell by the way he talked and the way he carried himself. And then one time he made a joke at me.
Like my ex-father-in-law.
That was just like, Yeah,
joke.
because earlier I was talking about how with the beard, the only people that hit on me are older black women and gay men, and he made like 9 like gay jokes hitting on me that night based on that one thing alone.
You better
But
back the fuck off. That's my husband now. But yeah, so he said his like father or his grandfather started
his
Nextel.
grandfather like started Nextel, and that I was like, oh, so he must have made a bunch of money from that Sprint sale, huh? And he said like something like $8 billion.
Okay, I have news for you.
Or
That guy was
84
100% horse shit. Nextel, I don't know off the top of my head, but I do know that Nextel actually lost a bunch of money. But also, they did sell out to, I think it was either, Sprint or the other one. But, like, if he made $1 billion at all, his whole family would not be, like, partying with you.
It wasn't his whole family. It was that one guy.
Yeah, but that's generational
no,
money.
it took me realize that it was this guy like hanging out with people he considered slumming it with. and for me, I was hanging out with rich people. And
Which you were
for
slumming.
him, he was slumming it with poor people. And these people have a house that's 4 of my houses. Like this shit's crazy.
I live in a basement where the walls aren't even the same color.
Right.
Like,
all right, we'll talk about Florida. Like,
okay. So I had a next door neighbor who was like a sketchy, like he was in his late 20s, and he would definitely be a bent bill hat kind of guy. He was a sketchy dude, late 20s, wearing FUBU, but like paler than me.
For us, by us.
For us, by us. He was not.
By us.
He was
Fuck
not.
you.
What was that from?
Boo foo. It's from How High.
What?
How High.
Yeah, yep.
Red and Meth. Good catch.
That was fucking beautiful, because I am pretty inebriated.
Yeah, because you reacted so fast, you're going to have an attack before you go to bed. That was all your muscle strength.
That was 90% of the effort my body can expel.
Yep.
Anyways, so my next door neighbor was the co-host of a radio station in Florida where the family owned the radio station, so the FCC could fuck off, and they used a lot of their clout. They gained a lot of clout by just saying, suck my dick, FCC, and being the pirate radio station. So, like, old heads.
Trying to be Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, bingo. He was trying to be Jim Norton so hard,
right.
Except he was more like, what's the dude who overdosed? Well, there's a lot of them, but, he was always on, Howard Stern.
See what
That
happens
dude
if I
loved
sit
heroin.
up straight? I'm way taller than him. Look.
Oh, we want to play this game? I have a back as tall as him. I just have these little tiny midget legs. They're
Man, they looked real small too.
I know. Like, Yao Ming's back and what's his name? Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle.
Yes. Anyways, yeah, I have his legs and then Yao Ming's back. Anyways, so it wasn't as much, like he had parties late at night and it wasn't a problem. This guy was cool, except having to call him Mr. Guido, even though he was super, super white. Like, not even remotely Italian. But his co-host, this guy kind of became a local, like he didn't make it all the way to legend because he bit the hand that fed him and he fucked Suburban Commando's wife. I got frozen today! And unfortunately, Awesome Kong beat the shit out of him. Like, he knocked a tooth loose. He made it from being pirate radio on TNA and then getting knocked out by Awesome Kong and then fucking Mick Foley. And I don't know if anybody... Brad knows who it is, and I told him not to say anything. But, like, this guy literally lived next door to me, and you would occasionally see him in the passenger side of a little red and yellow fucking, like, Lamborghini or sports car. I was young, I don't remember.
It was a Miata.
Dude, no, come on, man. It was that Hulk money. It was early WCW days.
I'm sorry, a yellow Miata.
Red and yellow. And slightly balding. Anyways.
That's why it was a convertible.
So now, after he done put his dick in Mr. Nanny's wife, uh he has a podcast where he's begging for views and gets less views than I assume what Gangrel gets. Like Gangrel's I Still Got These Teeth podcast.
Awesome.
Or the New Brood podcast.
Don't worry, even though my teeth have separated, the fangs still fit.
No, he didn't get
at podcast.com.
he didn't get fake ones. He was like Justin Reynolds with it. He went and got real ones put in. They're still there. And he was married to that fucking freak woman. I can't remember her name. She talked like this and beat the shit out of Sable. Like she had that fucking
right.
Yeah, what's her face? She was part of the Come See the Greatest show.
Right. I think I've also figured out a ending tagline for us that I would like to say at the end of every episode.
What's that?
Well, it's not the end of the episode.
Oh yeah. He never finishes the story, but anyways, so if you haven't figured it out, it is Bubba the Love Sponge. I live next door to his co-host, and
SpongeBob's meth head cousin.
Yeah, Squidward used to bully him. Actually,
he got
to
Love
be honest,
Sponge in the way that you think he got it.
I cannot believe he fucked Linda Hogan. Like, he was the whole reason that Gawker case started. Hulk Hogan getting blasted for saying the N-bomb 1,000 times.
Linda Hogan also had, like...
sex with a guy who's, like,
well, no,
Nick Hogan's
she
age.
also got all of her plastic surgery during the experimental stage of plastic surgery. So, you know those tits
she
were
looks like
harder
the frog
than
your
Barbie.
fucking person, your trainee picked up.
Right. Like, is this a copperhead? No, that's Linda Hogan.
That's the fucking closing line. That's the closing line. Well, that one and the sex joke we made earlier. But no, seriously. I mean, after the Gawker case, this guy, he went, until this day, every once in a while, I'll be on my fucking YouTube and it'll be like, fucking Bubba the Love Sponge. And he'll be talking to like, fuck Hulk Hogan. And I'm like, dude, Mr. Nanny made you.
Right.
And then you went and fucked the decrepit armchair. Like, she looks like the leather chair that was left out. She looks like a Leonard Kenny sofa couch. Like, let's just, she looks like the dogs they bring around the back of the barn and see if they'll have a go.
Isn't it crazy how Hulk Hogan made all the campy movies that Vin Diesel wanted to make later? Like, Mr. Nanny is just the pacifier.
100%. Yeah.
And the
Vin Diesel
pacifier
remade
is
all of...
also the other one that Tommy Lee Jones did at the same time with the same ass plot that came out in the same fucking summer.
Tommy Lee Jones made one?
He made a movie where he was like a sheriff or FBI agent or something, probably another fugitive universe
I didn't kill my wife.
Where he,
I don't
where
care.
he was protecting a group, like a house full of cheerleaders.
I remember that, yeah.
Same movie, same summer,
premise.
same premise, same plot line. But no, all right, I think it's time to end because I have to go home and do dinner stuff.
He always comes over an hour and a half before we have to leave so that, he can rush out.
Oh, but
Leave me before
we
the
took
sex.
45 minutes to get the shit ready, just like normal. And he's always like, but I did nothing to change it from last time.
I've got no defense.
Oh, but I also reinstalled Windows and reinstalled everything else. So I
fucking
didn't set any
nipple.
proper
Oh my god,
settings.
look at that fucking fat paleness.
But our new ending tagline is remember, love everyone, love yourself, but fuck Drew Barrymore. If you ever do anything like that ever again,
My name is Little Zan.
we will have some very uncomfortable one-sided sex.
That's going in the end.